everybody, and welcome once again to It's a Kind of Magic. You said it, the show about magic and magical people. My name is Regardt Laubscher, and tonight I have a special treat for the children. So adults, you guys are allowed to watch, but please don't tell the kids how I did this trick. Deal? Deal. Fantastic. So over here I have a little box, and inside the box I've got 3 blocks, A, B, and C. Now, thinking about A, B, and C, when I was in school many years ago, wasn't me, it was actually a friend of mine. Let's call him Wade. So when he was in class, he asked the teacher, but teacher, I would like to go to the bathroom. I really need to go. And the teacher replied, fine, but first say the alphabet. So when Wade doing this said, okay, fine, A, B, C, D, needed the entire alphabet, but he left out one letter, the letter P. And the teacher replied, but Wade, you are allowed to go, but first, hang on, tell me, where's the letter P? Which he replied, it's running down my leg. Wasn't me, it was a friend of mine. Just look. No. Never mind. So we've got A, B, and C over here. Remember, B is the coolest letter because it's between A and C. Aircon, AC. Perfect. Okay, so first of all, the A goes in the hat, the B goes in the hat, and then the C goes in the hat, and of course, nothing inside the holder. Let's take C. We'll place C over there. Nothing has happened yet at this stage. It's important. We'll take the B goes on top, and then we'll take the A, and the A goes on top. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of magic now. So watch here. We'll cover the A just like that. Okay? And when I say the magic words, bingo, because that's the magic words, you will actually realize that the B has completely disappeared. There's no B. What is their problem? No, the B disappeared. Oh, in there. No, it's not in there. Okay, so, no, it's not. Okay, see, I can even turn the box. You see, it's not, see, there's, okay, fine. Remember, the B completely disappeared. And can you guys remember what was inside the hat? Wow, I know that was magic, hey? I hope you guys enjoyed it. Adults, don't tell the kids how I did this trick. You promised, eh? All right, so guys, tonight I have a very special guest. He's going to do something that I have never done before. And hopefully, actually, I'm very sure you guys will really enjoy this. So let's see what my friend and special guest tonight, Duncan, is going to do for us. Okay, so it's time for the highlight of the show, but we are going to dim the light slightly for the highlight of the show. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but in a moment you guys will understand. It's my pleasure, and it's a proud moment. I can call on Duncan, the flow artist. Guys, enjoy. Here we go.
Long. Many are the fallen who've come and gone before, with visions of a better world for one and all. But the memory lives on and keeps me strong, helps me carry on in this world that has gone wrong. And they can take our inspiration in our meditation. We will stay strong. So help us carry on. Keep your fire burning. to stay strong. Don't give up the fight. Don't be afraid of the enemy that's around you. But the memory lives on and keeps me strong. Helps me carry on in this world that has gone wrong. And they can take our inspiration in our meditation. We will stay strong. So help us carry on. Keep your fire burning. Be the fire in the darkness. Fight your way through. Keep it burning. And we keep the fire blazing. Be the fire in the darkness. And fight your way through. Keep it burning. So make me blaze up the 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 blaze blaze up the fire. Yeah. Cause when this blast, it should them up 100 feet. But like how Rasta bun red meat. Carol Johnny yard, then we don't test street. In a cane field, Johnny's on head reach. When you see them, please don't trouble my friends. You all over them head with the bubble light and shine. These again, we smoke a vice and let them in a mud puddle like them. All the boy them take for themselves when cannabis. Roll out full black in a me arm and jeep. When me was my one boy fall asleep, permanent rest. Keep your fire burning. So make me blaze up the fire. Blaze up the fire, raise the temperature higher, yeah. Yeah. So make me blaze up the fire. Blaze up the fire, get the gas and get the tire. Yeah. So make me blaze up the fire. Blaze up the fire, Babylon, them a liar, yeah. Yeah. So make me blaze up the fire. Blaze up the fire, get the gas and get the tire, yeah. Burning.
So guys, that was something really different and really wow. Thank you, Duncan. Amazing. So what we saw there, first of all, hello.
Hi, how's it going, Regardt?
So you can speak.
I can talk
speak.
too. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. So what we saw there, what do we call that?
That was poi.
Poi.
Poi spinning. Poi dancing.
Poi dancing.
Yeah, LED light dancing. Yes.
So the difference between poi spinning and poi dancing, it's the same thing.
Well, I mean, a spinning object isn't necessarily a dancing object.
Yeah.
Yeah. So similar things.
Similar.
Yeah.
So what else do you do besides poi? Do you do fire poi dancing,
yes.
spinning?
In terms of circus and juggling, I do all of them.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few that I haven't done a lot of, but yes, fire dancing mostly. Most of what I do is primarily, I mean, it's not for the fire, but I tend to go for props that you can put lights or fire on that can leave trails. I want to leave trails. I want to leave geometry in the sky for people to look at.
Sure. So fire dance is the main, the fire's burning for that.
Yes, my fire burns for fire dancing.
I don't know if you know about the guy who invented fire. He was a real bright spark.
I imagine he, yes, yeah.
I know. Okay, so when did you start doing all of this? When you were a boy or later on?
Yeah, when I was a boy. When I was about 9 was the first time that I attempted to juggle devil sticks.
Yes.
Traditional devil sticks made out of wood. Not before, but it didn't have tassels on it. So yeah, there was this guy at a camp that I went to with my parents in Zambia, I believe. I think he was a Rasta too. And yeah, he was doing this thing, and I was like, how I want. And then, yeah, like I saw, and then years later I saw some more and I got them and I started making them and I started selling them. Actually, I got into a whole lot of other stuff along the way, but for the last 10 years I've been really focused on developing flow arts and circus, mostly in South Africa, which I have largely covered now. I've set up Flow DNA as a company that imports and exports and manufactures and sells toys to people.
So Flow and DNA, that's your company, and you guys then obviously you perform at festivals and
Yes.
events and workshops.
We're more of a retail company and education company than performance. We do also do performance, and also mostly at festivals. When I perform with Fire Tribe. In
Yes.
terms of like weddings and funerals, weddings and corporate functions and
I
things.
also perform at funerals. I put the
Yeah,
fun in funerals.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
I would want a magician at my funeral. It would be great. Make it happy.
so you perform everywhere, basically.
But as Flow DNA, it's mostly festivals. It's a festival-related company, largely because the idea is that I go to festivals and I take my box of toys and I set up a stall. The stall also sells toys, but that's not the point. The point is to get the toys into people's hands. If I have to sell it to do that, then that's fine, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit easier just to give it to them. But then they must give it back to me, not broken, preferably. Usually they do get broken, but that's part of the job.
Part of it.
Yeah.
And do you find there's a specific age who is more appealed to this, or any age? Young, old, medium?
Every age. What I do find though is that children at a young age are open and they want to try things, and they're inquisitive and they ask a lot of questions, and but then often that kind of gets beaten out of them, or people are convinced that they're not supposed to try new things.
Okay. Yeah.
That they're going to fail. And often when they do fail, people laugh at them and.
Yes.
So the age makes a big difference, because when you're an older person, you've probably been put down a lot more than a child. So children, children are easier to teach, but an adult who is open-minded and has gone through the process of not being beaten down and deciding that they can do things, they're easy to teach.
It's basically the same with magic. When you start off, you need to practice and practice and practice, and sometimes if you can't do it, then you give up. And obviously when you're older, you know much better. You need to go on. So it's very much similar. But you do circus as well. It's like circus acts, like you said, or is it what you do, the fire and the poi and stuff, in a circus environment, or how do you...
So I refer to circus largely because the props that I use for my art are the same props that they use in circus. In circus, the intention is to do a performance that is impressive, that the audience wants to see, and that put on a show. You're doing it for entertainment.
Yes.
Flow arts is not necessarily for entertainment. If you're doing it, so really, what I feel is the intention behind flow arts is to perform an action that is challenging enough and rhythmical and not boring. To essentially get a balance of ease and challenge, so that you enter a flow state. And the flow state changes the chemistry in your brain, and you become more open. You stop worrying so much about all your business problems and all the things that are far away. You get to just focus on what you're doing now. Amazing. And that for me is the intent. And because now you're doing that, you're focusing on what you're doing now, so you're learning faster.
Yeah.
So for me, the fundamental principle behind flow arts is learning and being in harmony with the universe. If you can watch, if several objects move around, say you can juggle 5 balls. Yes. Imagine a person who can juggle 5 balls. That means he can track 5 objects separately up in the air. He knows where they're going to all be within a second from now. He knows because he's done it so many times. If he can do that with balls, imagine if he could do that with 5 separate people.
Yes.
And understand where they're going for the next second. Then you can, 10 seconds, you can imagine people and their families for the next generation. If you can add objects to how many things you can consider. So juggling adds objects to what you need to practice paying attention to.
So I was about to ask you, so why do you do this? But I mean, you answered the question.
I want to teach the world how to pay attention to the objects around them.
Exactly, and for you, this is actually, it's a way of life. It's a way of living, hey? Which is, and it can benefit all of us, even if you're not interested in doing poi or whatever the prop may be. We can all learn from this. So by saying that, I have a challenge for you. Because like you said, you obviously make your own props. Because we all know the traditional pois, if it's fire or LED lights like you did there. But you make your own props.
Yes, well, not all of them. I make the ones
few.
that other people don't make as well as I would
Okay.
like them to be, yes.
So
Or, yes.
the challenge would be, do you think, because I've got no rhythm whatsoever, I can't dance, the only dance I can do is called the elevator. It's got no steps. So I can't. So do you think you can maybe teach me a few moves?
I can teach you. How long do we have? Because
Limited time.
Sure,
Okay.
I can teach you at least one thing.
Okay,
at
cool.
Least one, yeah.
So we have a tradition. You need to please just write in the book, just a picture or anything.
Yes, sir,
I'm going to
yes.
loosen myself so long because Duncan is going to try and teach me something. How? Right over here. And then how do we get hold of you if somebody wants to book you? Right over there. If somebody wants to book you for a festival or workshop or whatever, do you have a website, a Facebook page? Yeah.
I have all of those things. I have a website that also does international shipping now. In fact, this weekend, I just spent the entire last week working on my website. It now does international orders with DHL integration and card payments and various options.
Fantastic. And the website is?
flowdna.co.za.
flowdna.co.za. So guys, he's going to write something in the book and then we're going to go over to the performance area and he's going to teach me a few moves, hopefully with limited time. So guys, let's see if we can do this. Okay, so Duncan, the challenge is you must teach me something with a prop that you made. Now, is this from Jurassic Park or what is this?
What is this? This is an S-staff. It is
S-staff.
Well, it is actually a flogging. It's a kind of S-staff, but I call
Okay.
them flogging because that's my brand. So it is the shape of an S, and that's why it's called an S-staff.
Is this legal? This sort
Yes.
of weapon? It is legal.
While it may look like a weapon, it is not one.
Okay.
In fact, one of the original wooden S-staves is called buging, which means martial illusion in Japanese. Bu, martial, gang, illusion.
That's
So-
amazing. Okay, anyway, yeah.
So they are for creating illusions.
Jeez.
The curves move in such a way. Oh, those ones are better actually. This is an old version. That one's a nicer version. The overlapping of curves creates an interesting effect. So that's what I'm going to try to teach you today.
Sure. You see, I'm from Durban,
Not that,
and they
but
would say, gevaarlijk. Oh, that wasn't bad. Okay.
So here, have one.
So can I have one?
Yes.
Jeez.
Or in fact, actually, like I said, the newer version is nicer. Have this one. It's lighter, it's thinner.
It is. I want the
It's
newer
a slightly better shape.
Okay.
It's got 3 magnets.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, is
3.
there,
In
is there
fact,
magnets
this
in
is the
there
first
as
thing.
well?
Yes, there's magnets.
Okay, show
Oh
me.
wait.
show me. Are you
Okay.
part of the X-Men? What's going on here?
I'm
Huh?
just going to go with yes.
Yes.
They recruited me a few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I make them toys.
Okay,
They
cool.
really like my toys, so I make them for the X-Men.
Okay, well, let me hold on to that. Sure.
So this is another sort of magnet configuration that you can do with it.
Jeez.
And then it goes back into a normal thing.
He is like a superhero.
So the center magnet makes this really easy.
Sure.
Okay, so now you can have it again.
Let me have
There you go.
one. See? I know what you did last summer. So imagine I can put this behind my back and then take it out like like He-Man or Superman, whatever. Okay, anyway, I'm focused. So what do I do now?
Okay, so the idea is to get it to move. Generally, we like circles. We like things to move in circles.
Okay.
So an easy way to get it to move in a circle is to hold it in like 3 fingers, and it's called finger twirling.
Left or right hand, doesn't matter.
I would choose, in fact, your least dominant hand. So go with your left. It's probably your...
I am left-handed.
Then your right hand.
But keeping in mind, if you think with your left brain, there's nothing right. And you think with your right brain, there's nothing left. I'll go with the right hand. Got nothing to do with the trick.
Yeah, if you practice with your least dominant hand, you will learn faster.
Okay.
Or in fact,
Right.
your dominant hand will also learn at the same time. That's kind of
Okay, well,
good.
being left-handed, both hands are...
Does
weak,
not
so
matter.
Doesn't matter. All right,
So what we want to do is make it go in a circle. Finger twirling. You get your one finger, step around, step around, step around, step around, step around, step around. Now,
Yeah?
you will find, because now of this S shape, we've got
Yes.
spikes leading. It can
Okay.
either turn with a spike leading,
All right.
or
Hang on.
or
Or?
it can turn with the curve leading.
Okay.
You can also flip it over like this, like this.
That I can do. Look, Mommy, I
Yeah,
can do it.
I'm sure you can do anything.
No hands.
Of course you can.
Okay.
But at the moment, we don't want to flip it like this. We want to keep it flat.
Okay,
Because
flat.
that way people can see the S.
Yeah,
as
okay.
S goes around. Okay,
Okay.
so we got finger twirling.
Finger twirling.
But now, let's try this with two of them. Here, have one and another one.
Now we're going to try with
And
two
now,
of them.
and now we try to do just what I just did earlier. And we try to make them move together, both
Okay.
hands. Oh, but probably take your left hand and just play with
Yes, because one isn't difficult enough. Let's
that.
do two.
Yeah, you got two
Okay.
hands. What do you
See,
do
I'm
with
like
the other
a,
hand?
I'm like a ninja.
So ideally, we want to learn kind of everything with both hands. It really helps a lot.
Okay.
Aha. So then if we can do it with both our hands, we can, well, you could do them together. But now see, if they just go together, that's kind of boring, to be honest. I don't,
No, it's-
no. What you want is then, well, one of the ways it looks cool, same direction, but like 90 degrees off. So they're like across.
Okay, and the magnet must go.
Your magnet, I don't have a magnet.
Oh, you don't have a
anymore.
magnet, so
I'm
mine is
kind of
cooler
I'm
than- it's
actually a
cooler
little
than
bit
yours.
jealous of you, yeah, right now.
Okay, so I can do my own tricks here.
Let's not rub it in. Yeah, so keep the magnets together and try to get them going, in fact, opposite direction, but no, same direction is easier.
Okay. Should they stick or not?
You want the middle one to stay stuck.
Okay.
And then they both turn at the same speed so that the magnets don't cross each other.
Mine is broken.
Okay.
or I'm broken. so there's no batteries inside you or anything.
Now, although I'm gonna put batteries in them and then put lights in them, because lights are cool. Lights make everything better,
Okay.
probably.
I need to practice a little bit.
That's it.
Okay, let me really
Okay,
just
I
put
can
this
think of a
down
few
before I
things.
injure myself. Quickly, just show me
Oh,
what's
okay, another one.
What's this? I need to practice this a
Another
little
one.
bit more. Ooh.
There's actually more. There's another movement, by the way. You can
Okay.
also do it like this, which involves, because what most people do is they hold things too tightly, and then they try to force it to move the way that they want. But it doesn't, because they're holding it still, and now it can't move. So what you want to do is allow, in fact, take one of them, put down the other one. Take your hand,
Go.
so, and then you just spin that spike around. So now it's sliding in my hand.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so now, rather than pushing from the spike, push a little bit more in the curve and get it to do a bigger circle. But now what you want to do is make it so that the curve is leading. So you're pushing from behind the curve, like that. But now, because you have a loose grip and you're not trying to force it in any particular direction, this hand is allowing it to stay flat.
Okay. I just did it. I'm
Yes.
fantastic. Wonderful. Okay, show me
Brilliant.
this. Show me this. Show me
Great
this.
editing
I'm
skills.
fantastic. Show me this.
This one.
You
This
hang
is
your
another
socks
one.
on there.
No. You probably can. In fact, this would make a really good coat.
It
hanger.
does,
It's actually
eh?
the right in fact, a shirt would fit on that. That's pretty good.
Okay, so what do you do with this?
Oh yeah, this is a fan, a tech
Okay.
fan, in fact. So it's also a spinning thing. What can I show you? Well, I mean, I can just literally show you, like if you grab it here and
Yeah.
flip it and then catch it again. Flip, catch again. There's
Natural.
quite a lot of different things you can do with this. I mean, I also like to, you can juggle these, you can juggle any object,
Okay.
or you can drop them.
That's okay. That's
I
your
like-
first
I
drop
like to
today.
toss them sideways like that, actually. That's really cool.
Oh, that's quite cool. So there's different things you can do with this.
It's a juggling prop, yes. It is a performance prop. If you can make it move in some way, that's cool.
So what do you call these?
These are fans.
Fans
These are
and-
Mojura tech fans by FlowDNA. I made them myself.
Mojure. What stuff?
Mojura is
What
actually
he said,
Japanese for modular.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then these, I've seen the guys in the Vrystaat, the farmers on the fields, they use this as well. What do you call this?
Flowgate. Oh, a sickle
A sick. Yeah, that's the word.
or a scythe.
Okay.
Scythes are really big
This is
sickles, but
fantastic.
also
And
slightly
tell me,
different.
can people purchase this from you? Obviously.
Yes, I have a website, www.flowdna.co.za.
That's it, guys. Sorry, I was real bad. Next time, I'll practice a little bit more, and I'll be better. Thank you for your time, Duncan. I appreciate it. I wasn't too bad, eh?
No, you were amazing.
I was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. Right, let's end off with the last trick of tonight, as where I pay tribute to a magician from the past or the present. Right, so this is the part of the show where I pay tribute to magicians from the past and magicians from the present. But tonight, I would like to pay tribute to a magician who sadly passed away a few years ago, an American magician. His name is Daryl. This trick Darrow invented, and it's a tribute to him tonight. So thank you very much, Darrow, and rest in peace. So I have over here 2 pieces of rope. Now, for years, I only made use of 2 red ropes. But then I realized, actually, you can't see what I'm doing. So I'm going to make use of a red rope and a white rope tonight. I'm going to tie a little knot in here, actually a very tight knot. And I'm sure you guys can actually see the knot hanging from the bottom. And then what I'll do is, without any sudden movements, I'll just slowly tangle the white rope around the red rope. Now, I need some magic words for this trick to actually work. And Darryl used to make use of special magic words, but it's secret words. I'm going to have to say it here almost behind my back, so you can't hear it. Okay. Now, let's check if this worked. 1, 2, 3. And you'll actually notice that the white knot jumped all the way from the white rope to the red rope. It worked, I know. Let's remove the white rope, and we'll see if I can take this a step further, like Darryl used to do. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to snap my fingers, and if I'm right now, I can actually take this knot, and I can move it slightly towards the bottom, and if I blow on it, I can pull the knot off. Huh? That's really magical, I know. But I can also put it back. Watch here. So now the knot is attached to the red rope again. But to double check that I'm not cheating, we'll just toss this away quickly, and we'll blow on it, and we'll slowly open it up over here. And you will realize that I really did a good piece of magic, just like that. So thank you very much, Darryl. I really appreciate your input to magic. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for joining tonight. Hopefully, I'll see you guys next weekend on It's a Kind of Magic. Don't forget, you can say hello on my social pages, also my website, www.amazingmagic.co.za. And remember, keep the magic alive in your heart.